I love looking at the scenery. I love the location it's in the beautiful Shuswap, the climate, and most importantly, the community.
Been a great place for people to move to at a certain stage in their life, to new opportunities, or a change of lifestyle, enjoying outdoors, getting back to nature.
Everything connects, so there's no point in having, certain pockets or leapfrog areas of settlement with broadband if all the intermediate areas aren't serviced as well.
Like the days of having to go to the office and the days of having to do, have a brick and mortar store, they're pretty much gone.
We rely on technology, internet, broadband every day. It runs our systems. In the old times, it used to be everything was on paper, and now almost nothing's on paper.
Certainly open many doors for many people in cultural aspect, in their day-to-day operations of their business, in the way that they deal with their children, in the way that they deal with their family members elsewhere.
It's integrated into everything that we do, whether that's work-related or banking-related or entertainment. You just need a solid internet connection to be competitive.
There's a lot of interesting things happening in farming and in sort of rural economies, and technology is a huge part of it. You hear about drones for moving cattle around, for monitoring crops, sorts of things. So the base for that is the internet.
These days, if you've got a modern farming operation, you need connectivity, whether you're pulling data, pulling information, having meetings with industry people, sharing ideas, right down to tractors have full-on GPS systems.
Reliable internet service, the broadband type service, so that we can keep doing business and provide jobs out here.
Before, rural areas used to be primarily for farmers, but that's not the case anymore. Now there's, highly educated professional people that are choosing to live in the rural area to get out of the city, to give their kids the environment of the rural area, right? And they still want to be able to work from home. They want their kids educated properly, and without a proper broadband connection, you just can't do that.
We're one of the first companies here, Squilax Resource Management, that have been diving into the more real world. We require a bigger skill set, more diverse skill sets to be able to perform what we would need to sustain a community like us. Connecting our culture, our tradition, our way of life, our music, our language, our community.
When we go to the rural communities around the North Shuswap, or especially up the lake to communities like Seymour Arm that are quite remote, but do have year-round populations, definitely high populations of visitors in the summer, and there's no cellular service up there. There's no alternative. Your only option for connectivity out in that area would be to go to an expensive satellite provider.
When we are faced with these natural disasters or emergencies or some sort of hazard, and we need to reach the public to provide pertinent, valuable, safety-related information to them.
The recent forest fires, just to keep updated, to know whether you had to be evacuated, how close the evacuation was, to be prepared. It was a lot more difficult when you didn't have the cell service.
Trans-Canada Highway goes straight by us, and probably 3 times a month there's some kind of vehicle incident. There are lots of places along there that people cannot connect to anyone when they're in dire need of help.
Unsafe that I can't connect, especially when I'm driving to my house. There's no service at all. So if something were to happen and I'm on the side of the road, there's no way I would be able to communicate with anybody that, especially being a rural area, it could be a long time before somebody passes by.
It's more than just, being connected. It goes into healthcare, it goes into education, it goes into all kinds of aspects of it.
Being able to not only connect with other people, but just being able to develop professionally or develop a business.
Actually enhance their educational opportunities. If we had broadband in the Chase area, well, there's no telling what we could do that would be so amazing, and we would be able to keep people in the community that otherwise would leave.
In the Shuswap, we have a lot of really inspiring artisans, entrepreneurs who are coming up with great business ideas and acting them out and making them happen. In today's marketplace, having that ability to connect online with your customers is so vital for any business.
Bring money into the local community. And when you're talking about these rural locations, a lot of them are, economically, have an economic disadvantage already, right? So when you bring in the internet and you give the ability to people to make money remotely like that, then that brings money into that community, and that money then filters down through everywhere in the community, through the guy who's doing the excavating or cleaning the roads or the store. It filters right through the whole community. So it's not just the one person who benefits from it, it's the whole community that benefits from it.
The folks down the road and so on that you rely on and connect with and bring vibrancy to the community, and having that ability to grow and make those connections and foster them and keep them vibrant is crucial for healthy communities.